All right, guys. So I want to talk about if your woman ever told you she wanted to break up. This is where most men they start to destroy any chance they have in getting her respect back. And I want to focus on the word respect. Okay? But now moving on, they panic, they beg, and they start to promise things that really they can't really change, but they promise to change. All the while so that she or he feels like, oh, she won't leave me anymore. But it's not really coming from a place of I'm really going to change. It's coming from a place of desperation because he doesn't want to lose her. Now, the more you chase, the faster she runs away from you. And before you think about texting her, calling her, or anything, I want you guys to slow down, take a step back, because how you respond next will determine whether she sees you as a man that she lost or a man she'll regret walking away from. Now, if you're new here, my name is Mitchell. I'm a relationship coach. And in today's live video, I will be talking about she wants to break up. Here's exactly what you should do next. Now, the first thing is to start rebuilding your center back. Now, as a man, you have to start rebuilding your center. You got to stop reacting. And the first thing you should do is stop overreacting. Stop. Most guys fall into this illusion of action. Oh, I have to do something in order to get her back. I need to text her. I need to call her. I need to blow up her phone in order to get her attention. And they lose all control of when he loses all control when a woman says, I'm done with you. Now, they blow up the phone. They try to explain. They over-explain themselves, sending multiple paragraphs in text or whatever it may be. And they try to, quote unquote, win her back. Now, because they feel like they have to fix something. And when she wants to break up, your instinct, like I said, as a guy, as a man, is to try to fix something. Why? Because us as men, we like to be efficient. We like to be the type of person that fixes things. When something's not right, we need to fix it. And so what does that teach us as men? When dealing with women, we have to learn how to take a step back and be a little bit more patient and understand that a woman's language isn't about always trying to fix something. It is about taking a step back and being patient and allowing her to come back. Now, when she wants to break up, you want to fix something. And that's not the way to do it. But I get it. As a guy, we have to feel like we have to fix something. But now, what really communicates when you do something like that is when you're blowing up her phone, contacting her nonstop, trying to get her attention. What you're really communicating to her is that you're weak. There's a lot of weakness coming out of you. It shows that you lost your emotional center. You don't have any type of self-control. And in essence, you're acting more like the woman in a relationship and not like the man, the masculine man that she wants you to be. And like I said, that's not attractive at all. Now, the most attractive men, when things like this happen, they stay calm. And when things fall apart, they're also calm. And it's because they know their own value. High value men stay calm and they understand that their own value. It's like, well, they know that their value does not depend on someone else's decision, which in this case, her leaving him. And if that's what she really wants to do, then by all means. Now, when you can pause, take a step back and breathe and say to yourself, all right, if she's done with me, I'll still be all right. That's when you claim your power back, because self-control equals confidence. You have to understand that. Self-control means you have more confidence. And confidence is the most attractive thing to any woman. And a man who can stay calm when his world is constantly being shook, especially from a woman of his woman, he becomes instantly more attractive to everyone else around him. Now, number 2 is make your mission bigger than her. What does it mean? What does it mean to make your mission bigger than her? It means that you need to reclaim your purpose. So, do you know why so many men lose themselves in a relationship? And when I mean lose themselves, I'm saying that their mission becomes her. his whole world is wrapped around that relationship. Now, this is usually when most guys, they don't know any better, and it's not their fault. It's just that they don't know any better. And so attraction fades when your entire identity revolves around one woman. He's basically become his own prisoner, always trying to make her happy instead of leading the relationship, what she intended on him to do anyways. So attraction dies, basically. Attraction starts to fade the second a man abandons his path and his purpose in life. And that's why I've always stressed so much about focus on your focus on your purpose, focus on your mission. Make sure you do the things that you need to do to become the man that you want to be. Now, you have to get back into chasing something that makes you come alive, not making her your world. And so you hear a lot of people, especially in the internet, they talk about how she should not be your world. She should be an addition to what you already are. So she's kind of like an add-on to your life, not the source of happiness for you. And a lot of guys, they get it mixed up. They think that if I get her into, or if I get into a relationship with her, I'll be a much happier guy. And that's the total opposite of what I teach. I teach men to become great first. Then when a good woman comes into your life, both of you guys benefit from being in that relationship. You're there to support each other, to help each other grow. So when a man is deeply committed to his purpose, he stops seeking validation. He becomes more focused, he becomes more grounded, and he becomes more confident. Whether it's your career, your health, or your passion, whatever it may be, this basically conveys that you're not needy anymore. You're more stable as a guy. You have direction and confidence in your life. Now, women can sense a man when he is on his mission in life because his time is prioritized with his mission and his purpose in life. Now, he still knows that, hey, look, I have a girl or I have a wife or whatever it may be, and he will always go back to making sure she feels heard and understood. So if she walked away and she wants to walk away, basically, and that's her choice, she unilaterally chose to leave you, let that be the type of fuel for your comeback, basically. Make your mission louder than your heartbreak. After all, success is the sweetest revenge. So what I mean by that is if she wants to leave, you let her know. You be like, hey, this is not what I want. I'd love to see you again. But if you really feel like you could find someone better or you're better off being alone than being with me, then by all means, it's okay. You could go away. But if you do change your mind, you know my number. You could call me, you could text me. And from then on, moving forward, you're not going to call her ever again. You're not going to text her ever again. Because why? That communicates weakness and you're not weak. And so a man, basically, when he says something, he's congruent to what he says and his words are binding. So when you could communicate that with her, when you say, look, if you leave, basically, you'll never hear from me ever again. That is how you could reclaim your power back into the relationship. So the most attractive men have a mission that pulls them forward. Okay. That pulls them forward. Basically, think about the future. Something that gives them a direction, a passion, and a specific drive for life. And we all have life influences. Everybody does. It's just most people, they stay in the past and they get distracted. And so what I mean by that is one that keeps you in the past, that always focuses on things that had happened. Maybe you had a good high school and you were popular back then and now you're out of shape and whatever, right? They focus on the past, on the things that had happened. You're kind of like the has-been. Or the other one is the one that distracts you, that keeps you stuck. So whether it's doom scrolling, not really doing anything moving forward for your life, for the future. So when you come home from work, you don't have, it's not that your 9 to 5 is killing you. It's basically your 5 to 9 after you come back home. You don't do anything with your life. So obviously you're not going to become better at what you do if all you do is spend your 5 to 9 doing nothing but nothing. You're not really improving anything. So the last one I want to talk about, the third or the last influence, is the one that pulls you forward. Think about something that is emotionally compelling for you, that sparks you, that it's that one thing you're like, damn, I can't wait to do this. Now, for me, it's a little bit different. It's not my 5 to 9, but it's my AMs. It's my early AMs that I get to enjoy doing. I get to listen. I get to stay educated. I get to polish my game basically on understanding relationships a little bit more so that I could help men improve their relationship. And now on top of that, I get to exercise while I do that. So I listen to a nice podcast that keeps me refreshed as I'm working out. Now, after I'm done with my resistance training, my strength training, or whatever you want to call it, I get to enjoy my second favorite thing, which is dancing. I enjoy dancing. That's something that I love doing. That's just an example, right? And so I get to do that. And then on top of that, I get to go to work to a place where I love seeing the people that's around me, people that I would love to help. And they're great people. And so for me, I created this type of life and lifestyle so that I have less distractions. I have less drama in my life so that I could come back home to a much more peaceful, calmer place so that I could still have the energy that excites me to do the things that I want to do. Now, when you start chasing growth, instead of chasing that woman or chasing her, your ex, you naturally just rise in value. And ironically, that's when most men start to become better and women start chasing you instead. It's interesting how that works, right? Now, number 3 is become the man who lights up the room. You want to become the man that lights up the room. And what does that mean? It means that you want to elevate the type of energy that you have. Now, this is where transformation starts to get physical. And when I say physical, I mean that you have to put in the work. You have to physically do something in order to get better. Thank you, Lavu. Appreciate it. So this is where transformation gets physical, all right? Now, you start showing up differently in life. You start showing up differently. How? You start hitting the gym. You start to clean up your diet. You start to fix your posture. And then you learn how to communicate better with other people, whether it's your friends, people opposite sex, whatever it may be. You start to communicate better. And now when all this is being polished up, this isn't about revenge anymore. This isn't really about her leaving you. This isn't about getting back at her because she left you. This is about your growth for your own energy so that you lift it up yourself. When you start investing in yourself, your confidence starts to shift. And, I do like to preface that you want to be a little bit careful not to lean into egotistical. But when you take care of your health, you stay disciplined and you live your life with more gratitude. So you wake up every morning like, damn, I get to work out. I get to exercise. Like, I'm healthy. I'm good. I get to do the things I need to do. Your presence entirely, it changes. And then you walk differently too. Your confidence shifts, right? You become more present. You become more sharp. You become more alive. And that's something that a lot of people do not take advantage of, and they don't feel grateful every morning that they get to do that. I know there's, I'm getting a little bit older now, but I get people that wakes up and they like, I can't do this, I can't do that. Or even worse, sometimes they wake up and they're like, oh, I can't feel X part of my body. And it's like, okay, now what I'm really explaining to you guys is be grateful to get up every single morning, being able to do the things that you love to do. Okay. So now let's talk about attraction. So attraction isn't just about looks. It's about, like I said, your energy, who you are, what you could put out, because energy gets transferred depending on who you are and how you express it. So like I said, attraction is not about how you look. It's about your energy. People feel that energy when you walk into a room, whatever it may be. And that's the kind of presence that people start to feel before you even open your mouth, before you even say a word. So think about it like this. Imagine you walk into a room, you're confident, everybody kind of like, damn, who's that? Who's this person that's dressed so sharp, so nicely? And then when they speak, they listen. And so if you polish up your communication skills and you look the way you want to do, think of what that's going to do with your confidence. And like I said, be careful not to lean too far away from that because it could be egotistical. You got to stay humble. Think about what that's going to happen. You become this magnet to other people. And so you have to remember, this is the kind of energy that a woman will feel before you even open your mouth. And remember, energy is before appearance. That's what people feel before what they hear. Okay? Be the man whose energy speaks first. So whether you're married in a long-term relationship or you just started a new relationship, I want you guys to never forget this. Never ever lose sight of your purpose and your mission in life, because those are the most important things as a man. Now, if you are in a relationship, like I said, whether new or old, make sure you date and you court your woman at least once a week. If you're busy individual, once every 2 weeks, or at the very, very, very bare minimum, at least one time every 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. Or at least 2 times every month. Minimum 2 times every month. Now, because you have so much more to talk about when you get to live the life that you always want to live, you're more interested about life, you have a more positive outlook in life, you have a better mental, like, it's just something that attracts people. You have more to talk about, and if you already have enough, your cup is already full, you won't need to feel like you need to talk a lot. You have more to listen. And here's another thing, not a lot of people like to listen anymore. They like to talk over people. So imagine just being able, just think of a skill of just shutting up and just really listening and then responding by asking questions. It shows that you're listening to them. And people love to feel heard, especially women. So a lot of times, and I've seen this a lot, especially in my coaching, where I see a lot of guys when they say that the woman feels like this, or feels like, oh, she tells me that I don't listen to her, but I do. I'm like, no, you're probably really not listening to her if she says that. Because when a woman tells you how she feels, most of the time it's pretty accurate. And so just shut up and listen. I'm pretty sure that is going to solve a lot of, I didn't say all your problems, but most of your problems, if you just sit there and just listen to her. All right. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is your desire. Okay. But I'm talking about the desire without dependency. So you could feel a certain way for a woman, and that's perfectly great. But you have to learn the art of emotional detachment. Now, what I mean by that is, I'm not saying you become heartless. I'm not telling you to be like, damn, don't give a shit about. I'm not saying go far into this to this direction, nor am I saying go too far in this direction. What I am saying is, you basically want to separate yourself from the men who struggles in love from the men who masters it. This you get to choose this, and that's the beauty of all this. These could be taught only if you're willing to listen and practice it. So you can love a woman deeply. You can love her deeply, but the moment you need her, this is what happens. You start to lose her. So emotional detachment, like I said, it doesn't mean you're cold, you're heartless. It means that you're whole, you're complete with or without her. And you could want that type of connection, but you never let it define you. It's not a need in your life. It's something that you want because you became that type of person that what a lot of people want to be around. And that's magnetic, right? And so it doesn't become your identity. Because when you have peace within yourself, you stop being clingy. Clingy is very, very unattractive. Despite what women say. Oh, I want a guy that's needy. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, so when you stop being clingy, that's when people naturally want to lean closer to you. And that's true masculinity. It's basically becoming a type of man that doesn't need anything but want it and has desire for it and goes after what he wants. But the moment he notices that she isn't as interested, if that's not what she wants, he's like, you could get up and leave anytime you want. I'm not going to hold you back. That is true masculine energy. And that's where a lot of guys fail to become today, for whatever reasons it may be. It could be, you could say it's propaganda. You could see it. You see it a lot in the movies. You hear it a lot in music. So naturally, what most guys do is when they hear, oh, my girlfriend wants to break up with me, they chase, they blow up her phone. It's like, there's ways to this, and you could definitely play it into your advantage if you know how to take the approach step by step. So the most attractive men can want a woman deeply, but never actually feel like he really needs her in her life. When you learn to love without attachment, you're projecting a lot of freedom onto her. You're saying that, hey, you can do as you want. I'm not gonna stop you. But what you have in mind is, look, she could do whatever she wants. I trust her 120, 30, 50%. But the moment she starts to act in ways that goes against what you believe in, talking to other men, having male orbiters around, whatever it may be, whatever your values are, if it goes against your core values, you're going to be like, well, that's not what I stand for, and I could walk away at any moment. That is where true masculine energy, and that she feels that. She's like, well, this is not a type of guy that I'm just going to find. There's plenty of bad people out there. And when I say bad, I'm not talking about like they do bad things. I'm just saying that they're not very educated. They don't understand women. And when you understand women, you are loved by women. Men who understand women are loved by women. And so this freedom that you're allowing her, it's magnetic to her. No woman ever wants to be trapped in a relationship. Think about it like this. Do you think any animal, just think about an animal, okay? You think they want to be trapped in a box? No. So what makes you think that when you're trying to control her and feel like, oh, she can't do this, she can't do that, what makes you think she feels? Even though you're not physically trapping her, you're emotionally trying to trap her and control her. You want to give her the freedom to do as she please. If she decides to, I don't know, God forbid, she cheats on you, right? If she decides to do any of that, the moment that happens, you're like, I'm out. I could find another one. Not that you're going to rub it in her face, but it's like, look, she knows who you are. She knows that you're a catch. And she's not going to want to lose you. So she's not going to do things that's going to cause her to lose you. So you have to be that type of man that she regrets losing. Now, when you learn to love without attachment, like I said, this is the type of freedom that you project to her. And she's not going to feel trapped. And you want to give her the world to be on her own, to make a choice. To make her own choice. That's the beauty of that. You want to give her the world to be free on her own, to make her choice be you. She chooses you of all the people in the world. Why? Because you're fucking amazing. Why wouldn't she choose you? Because you're grounded, you're calm, you're stoic, you don't let things bother you. You're not emotionally erratic. You're centered as a guy. That is how she feels like you're the rock in her ocean. With all the waves hitting, you're still grounded, right? Women sense these things. Women sense when you're a whole on your own. You don't chase love. You're attracted by being at peace with who you are. And so let's bring this full circle, all right? Number one, you want to stop overreacting, or you want to stop reacting. Don't let emotions control your move. Staying calm is powerful. And the moment you stop chasing, you start to lead as a guy. And number two, you want to reclaim your purpose. Reclaiming your purpose. Make your life something bigger than her. Make your life bigger than her. The more you grow into your mission, the more magnetic you become. But don't get it twisted. It doesn't mean you ignore her. It doesn't mean you don't do you stop dating and courting her. That's not what I'm saying. It means that your mission is bigger than her, but you still make sure she feels heard and understood. All right? Number 3, elevate your energy. Take care of your body. Take care of your habits, who you are, your presence, your appearance. When you feel good, you project this type of confidence without saying a word. Number 4, master your emotional detachment. Learn to want love without needing it. Learn to want love without needing it. That's what makes a man truly free. And freedom is the foundation of real attraction. When you allow her to come and go as she please without being needy and controlling and desperate and clingy, she's all for it. That's what a woman wants. I know it might be hard though. All right, guys. If you're watching this and your woman says she wants to break up with you, I know it's hard, okay? The love of your life leaves you. But this isn't about getting her back. If there's anything that you could gather from all this information that I just kind of thrown at you, this isn't about getting her back. It's about becoming the kind of man woman regrets losing. So when they come to me and they ask me, hey, Mitchell, how do I get my ex back? How do I get her back? What's up, Miss Confused? So when guys come to me and they say, look, Mitchell, I'm trying to get my girlfriend back. I don't know what to do. That's, to me, I already let them know. I'm like, look, that's the wrong mindset. I get it. That's what you want. But the more important thing is the first thing that you need to become, or the first thing you need to do is you have to become the type of man that woman will regret losing. You have to become your most attractive self again. Why? So that other people find you attractive. So that it's like you're building up yourself, you're rising in value, and other people start to see it. So naturally, you're allowing everybody to come back into your life that you naturally want to attract, and you get to pick and choose. Now, if she sees that value in it, she's going to be like, well, I know him a little bit better. I see that he's improving in life. I want him back. Also, on top of that, if you become better, and while most guys out there are not really improving their life, what does it make you? It makes you more significantly more attractive, because most guys live lives of quiet desperation. They don't go after what they want. They don't aim high. And while you're a man that you're aiming high, you focus on the things that you want to do, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be very attractive to a lot of people, not just women, just people. You inspire men. Women want to be with you. Men want to be like you. Become that 3% guy that 3 out of 100 men won't do. I mean, become basically the 3% where 97% of the guys out there won't do, because most of the guys, they're going to come back. They're not going to do anything with their life. They're not going to educate themselves. They're not going to want to do anything that's more significant. So, like I said, you want to become that kind of man that woman regrets losing. And it's not to throw it back in her face and try to get revenge, but the sweetest revenge that you could give is your own success. And that's not being petty that's not being petty at all. So now, guys, if she wants to break up with you, and don't see it as a type of rejection. Oh, thank you. Don't see it as a type of rejection. See it as a reset for yourself. This is a chance to rebuild your center and your purpose and your energy. This is your growth. This is your freedom. And when you do that, you realize you never really lost her. You just found yourself. And so if you're watching this and you're hurting, there's always hope out there. And I don't want you guys to lose hope. So if you guys did get value from this video or this live video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you share with a friend who needs to hear this. Because real men, they don't chase. They grow, they rise, and they attract everything that's meant for him. Thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I catch you guys on the next live. All right. I'll see you next Saturday.